You're listening to Together by AGCI. I'm Marissa Butterworth. Today, we have the opportunity to hear from two AGCI adoptive moms that have recently returned from a visit to Ethiopia and the AGCI Tebow Foundation House of Hope. I virtually tagged along thanks to their social media posts, but I am so excited to hear about their experiences and the stories that they've returned with. Kerri Dawson is the mom of 4 school-aged children, 2 of whom she and her husband, Nate, adopted from Africa. She says that their adoption journey changed her entire worldview and deepened her understanding of God's love for us all. Kerri works as a nurse and is a gifted photographer and decorator. Camille Bendick is the mom of 4 children, the youngest, Lila, adopted from Ethiopia at age 5. When Camille and Matt said yes to God's call to adopt, they never knew how transformative the experience would be for them. Camille teaches kindergarten and loves traveling, the outdoors, reading, and spending time with friends and family. I hope that you all enjoy hearing from these women as much as I do. All right. Hi, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I told you both separately, but I am seriously so excited to hear from you both. Like I just was saying, I stalked your social media for posts while you were in Ethiopia. I'm not even joking. I wish I was, but I'm just so excited that you guys are here. I am ecstatic to hear more about the home and your experiences and just all of it. So welcome.
Oh, thank you. We're excited to be here. Yes.
Very.
Thank you. So I have to basically just talk through, you guys were at the Tebow Foundation, AGCI House of Hope. You also did other things that you can share as you would like. Like I said, I'm totally jealous because I love my coworkers that run it. I see pictures and hear stories of the girls, and I've just fallen in love with Ethiopia because my daughter's from there as well. So, can you both just tell us a little bit about what you were doing there and why this was an important trip?
Yeah, it was incredible to be back in Ethiopia again. Camille and I met 10 years ago when we were adopting our daughters from Hannah's Hope. And we just created a close bond then. And we've kept in contact over the years. And so we always dreamed of bringing our girls back. So it was really special.
I love it.
Yeah, Kerri reached out to me, I guess, earlier this summer and said, "Hey, what are you doing in August?" And nothing much. So we had talked about on our last trip to Gambella, the right age to bring our girls back, which is now. And we saw that they were ready, and we know how important it is for them to see where they're from, return to their home country,
yes,
and experience all of that and have some of their questions answered. So it was just the right time. And we weren't able to go to Gambella, so we stayed in Addis Ababa. And then we also had the chance to spend some time with their birth families, which really felt like a true miracle to us.
Yes.
It was wonderful. So, and then of course, some time at House of Hope. So, and then Kerri was there an extra week. So she even had more time. I was just there a week. She was there too.
Oh my gosh. So it's so cool. It's so cool. And can I ask, are you guys comfortable with telling me how old both of your girls are?
Oh yeah. My daughter's 12 and a half.
And Lila is 15.
Okay. So that was a good age and stage for your girls. That's great to know. I'm taking notes over here. So
definitely. It was special to see the bond the 2 girls created after, reuniting. So it was all around amazing.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
They didn't know, even though they were both from Hannah's Hope, they were so little. And because there was a little age difference between them, they weren't really in the same house at Hannah's Hope. So this was their first. We had them FaceTime once before, and which was kind of awkward. And they thought
I can imagine
were weird for doing it.
They're like, "Oh my gosh,
what are you making us do, Mom?"
So we were a little nervous, but they spent it literally took 2 minutes, and then they were glued to one another the whole time.
Yeah.
I love it. That's like it's so perfect and special. And I love that they could, even though they didn't, have memories of each other, like that there was obviously something there, and that they could experience all of that together is a really, special gift. I don't know. That seems really cool that they would be able to be there together. So I would love to hear your first impressions of the home. Like, what were you expecting when you got there? And then what was it like to actually walk in? What hit you first?
I think for me, the thing that really stood out is that the House of Hope is a home. It's not an institution. It's beautiful. It's clean. I think what struck me immediately, besides the smiles on the girls' faces, were my eyes went directly to Enat and Martha, and they were the two caretakers of the girls that were there. And I just kind of burst into tears because they took care of Elsa 10 years ago. And it just really, I really think that Elsa did so well because they taught her how to love, how to trust.
Yeah.
And it just really immediately, they remembered her and I remembered them, and it was just so special.
Oh my gosh. I would have been crying my eyes out. I'm with you.
Yes.
And for me, it really was just as I envisioned it to be. I envisioned it to be somewhat similar to Hannah's Hope. And it was just that. It was warm and welcoming, inviting, clean, organized. And like Kerri, I had tears in my eyes before we got out of the car, just being there. And the doors were open. And the girls had this celebration for us. They had made welcome signs. They were cheering. I think they were singing a song. They threw confetti.
What?
And I was trying not to melt into a puddle of tears because here I thought we were going to be the ones to immediately make them feel so loved, but they beat us to it and got to that first. And so it was very special.
It's very memorable for sure.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, I'm even more jealous. I'm like, what? You got confetti? This is amazing.
It was a celebration.
I love it. And I love that they were thoughtful and did that. So just for anyone listening that's wondering what Hannah's Hope is, do one of you want to fill them in, or should I?
Well, Hannah's Hope was the transition home that All God's Children had for our children that were going to be adopted when adoption was open internationally in Ethiopia. And it was truly a place of healing and not only building up health and, healing from what's happened in their past, but really just transitioning the kids to be ready to be in a new family. And so it was so special. And a lot of the staff who worked at Hannah's Hope now work at House of Hope. And so it's amazing, just the commitment these people have to children. So
yes. And I'm with you. Like, I credit the caregivers that were with Harper for her being able to attach to us and holding her. Look at that. She was so loved and taken care of. And to see the caregivers right there, I think I would have just totally broken down. But that's Hannah's Hope. And it's not there anymore at this point because international adoption is closed down right now in Ethiopia. So we had to close Hannah's Hope, but House of Hope is doing something very special and unique. So how did both of your girls react to visiting the home? Were you guys able to participate in any special projects, or it sounds like you interacted with the girls at the home right away? What were they working on and what did you get to dive into?
Well, our girls were so excited to go be there, and they were welcomed right away. It was special to see the House of Hope girls sing for us and do a little program for us. And also we played games with them and the staff, interactive games. And everybody was laughing and cheering and having fun. And it was really special because our girls, when it was time to rest or time to eat, our girls wanted to go with them. So we spent all day with them, right, Camille? We kind of, yeah.
I love that. So you guys got to eat with them and just participate in their day.
We really did. We just kind of walked in and just participated alongside whatever they were doing. And our girls, there was no apprehension, no nerves. I know Lila kept asking, even before we left for Ethiopia, when are we going to see the girls? When are we going to see the girls? And we got there several times a day. When are we going to see the girls? So she and Elsa could not wait. And they, I think, ran into the House of Hope and jumped right in. And so their first reaction was just one of excitement and just wanting to be with them.
I love it. So what kind of things did you do? Did you guys bring manicure kits? I feel like I saw nails painted in pictures. So what kind of activities were they working on besides the manicures?
Well, we joke that the girls taught our daughters how to pray and worship.
Yes.
And we taught them how to do nails.
That's perfect.
It's like the balance we're bringing, I guess. But yeah, no, it was, we had a lot of fun doing that. Also some drawing activities, right? Camille, you guys did a lot of art and nails. And
all the good stuff.
We did some outdoor games, which was so fun. It was led by the staff.
Oh, good.
And it was just a simple game of throwing these balls into a bucket, but it was actually very hard. And we broke up into teams, and it got very fiercely competitive.
I'm sure.
It was very fun. It was really some of the most fun I'd had in a long time. Yeah, so we did that in the art. Oh, we made some bracelets and necklaces with the girls.
Oh, I love it.
It was just a sweet time. And like Kerri said, they had a prayer and worship time, and our girls just jumped in. And even though there was a language barrier, it didn't faze them at all. They just sat right alongside, joined that circle. And that for me was one of the sweetest moments, getting to witness that, because I really saw how dedicated those special mothers are to giving those girls that foundation of you are loved by God, and He will see you through your pain and give you peace and strength. So that was a very tender moment for all of us.
Yeah. It was also special to see them just have fun. One of the days we actually loaded 22 people in a van. So we're all like sardines in this van.
Oh my gosh. That's impressive.
And we got to go on a field trip with the girls, and I swear kids are just the same everywhere, no matter what. So we're at the park, everybody's playing and playing and playing. And of course the girls get a hold of my phone, and I have about 1,000 selfies, just like my daughter does.
Oh my gosh. Phone. I love it.
So and then we went out to a little fast food restaurant for Ethiopia, I guess. It was kind of like an In-N-Out. It's called Enjoy Burger.
Oh.
Served chicken. But
it sounds just perfectly Ethiopian.
Yes, very much so. So, we got to sit in the little booths and talk with all the girls, and they're asking, what's my favorite color? What's my son like to do? They started asking a lot of questions about my son, who was there too. So that was kind of fun to see.
Oh my gosh.
It was great. It was great.
I love it so much. I love just like that little snapshot of a day there, and that you guys got to participate. And the team there, like our staff there, are competitive. So I'm impressed. Yes. I'm like, I can see, but that's so fun. I love, I love that example of everyone being involved and playing, because that's where connection happens. That's where kids start to let down their guard and feel safe. And, that's a really special moment that you guys got to participate in. So I know, obviously, Ethiopia is close to all of our hearts on this call for obvious reasons because of our kids. And I'm guessing that you have both been watching this kind of project unfold over the last couple of years. What did it feel like to experience it in person after hearing about it or seeing pictures of it? What did it feel like for you?
I was hearing a lot about the TBRI model that AGCI is using that I feel like is just transformative in all ways. Not only to know that the staff there are trauma informed and aware, but to see the actual TBRI approach take place in the lives of these girls is truly transformative. It was amazing, really, to see that. These girls came in scared, hurt, severe abuse, and to just see that there truly is a place of healing that's taking place and people that are invested in their lives and their future. So,
I love that. What about you, Camille?
For me, experiencing a house of hope really confirmed what I already knew to be true, and that's just AGCI's dedication to serving children and families. The love is there, the attention to detail is there, the passion for serving is there, the organization is there, and I just can't say enough good things about the staff. They really... I just had such admiration for what they're doing and how professional they are and how serious they take their job while balancing fun with these girls because they've been through so much. And that's a difficult balance, I think, to be doing something that's so serious, such serious work, but then they're relaxed too. And I think the girls pick up on that, they're relaxed. And I think that's what lets them to have fun and to be kids. And so that was what really impressed me. And just the fact that they also want to take serving these children, extend it to their families too. So just watching that be the focus, it was just incredible. But, we know how great AGCI is. And so also I think the transparency AGCI communicates in these projects and missions through House of Hope, it was just as it's been explained. And we just got to see it up close.
I'm so glad because that's part of what I do. I mean, I'm not in charge of that, but I'm so glad that it was what we've said it is, especially when I haven't been there yet. But I do know the team there, and they're just the most incredible people ever, as you guys can attest to. And I trust them implicitly that they're doing what they say they're doing. And they love those kids and families so deeply and so genuinely. I've never seen anything else where people just they know everybody's names. They have truly dedicated their lives to serving their people. And it just, there's some of I don't say this casually. There's some of the best people I've ever met in my entire life. Every time I leave from being with them, whether it's in Ethiopia or when a couple of people came over and were able to be here in the States, I just leave a better person, inspired. I've learned something from something they've said. So I love hearing that about them because they're incredible. That whole team out there. I love it.
Great.
So after coming home, what stories do you both find yourself telling people? And it doesn't have to be just one. I want to hear the story.
I think for me, it's just the transformation in the girls. Not only do they physically heal, grow, and change, their guard in their heart, the guard goes down. And I was able to witness, the home had 13 girls when we first arrived. And then by the time I left, 17 girls had come into care. And just to see the staff care for those new girls, the girls care for the new girls that were brought in, it really, it shows the intentionality towards the healing and the
Wow.
future that they are trying to develop in these girls.
What did that look like? I'd be so curious. Like, how did the girls react that were already there, and how did the staff care for the new girls coming in?
Yeah, just a sense of welcoming and a sense of protection and safety that I think that these girls haven't experienced. Like I said, all the girls had tremendous abuse in their past, and they fled, and they were street children living on the streets. And the police would pick them up and take them to a government orphanage. And that is when the House of Hope was stepping in and creating healing. But when I was there, I learned that AGCI had started training the police officers in the trauma-informed care, and they were creating relationships with the police. And so it was amazing to see that these street children would bypass the orphanage and come straight into the House of Hope. And to me, that is life-changing in itself.
Yes.
They get to come right into a place of healing and protection.
And it's really one less trauma in their life, because the government orphanage is not a good place. I've been where they go, and it's one of the most awful places I've ever visited.
Yeah, I agree. And it's nice to know that the police and the government officials, they're starting to become aware of trauma-informed care and what it means to step into the lives of these children and help them. So it was amazing to see. Amazing.
I love that. What about you, Camille?
I would say the stories I keep sharing are just their smiles. They were so, I couldn't get over how, knowing everything they've been through, but the fact that they're still smiling. And I think that's a testament to the AGCI staff and what they've done in such a relatively short amount of time. Another story I keep sharing, because I don't want to sugarcoat anything by how smiley and fun they were, is one day, or the day when we were out playing outdoor games, somebody scored a point. And so we were all jumping and celebrating and hugging. Well, one of the girls, she was faced away from me, and I went to hug her, put my arm around her. Well, she really flinched and reacted. And I know that touch scared her, which was an indication of what she'd been through. And then she turned to face me, and then she saw my face, and she kind of just, her body language just softened, and she had a look of relief. And so then we hugged, but I keep holding on to that moment because it was just such an example of what they've been through because of her reaction. And so I've been sharing that story too, because to me that spoke volumes, because they're not there sharing their personal stories with us, and we're not asking, of course, but we know it's there. So that was one way we could see the level of trauma that they have experienced. And so that's when I keep kind of holding on, because it's just an example of why the work is so important, and then wanting to share that with others. So it's the hope coupled with the hard pain.
The reality of why they're there in the first place, for sure. And the House of Hope is a place where, these girls are getting that kind of care with the goal of being reunified with their families. And then their families are getting that TBRI training and therapy really too, because for them to go back home, their family needs to understand what happened to them and how to care for them in those moments where they have that kind of reaction, where they jump or where something is triggered because of what they've been through, so that they can get proper care at home as well, which is what's so important, and why we've been so fortunate that the girls are able to stay with their families at this point. At this point, sometimes that might not always be the case, but yeah, that's
I think, Camille, did they say 14 girls had been reunified to their families this year?
Yes.
When we were there, and all of them have stayed in reunification, which
Yeah.
That's pretty unheard of, I think, too. But that just
It
really is a
is.
testament to show that the family is getting that counseling and that, the trauma-informed care approach too. So,
yeah. And they have things to work through themselves. And so it's so important. But we've been so fortunate to see these girls going home. And there isn't necessarily a timeline, of like some girls have been able to go home sooner and some are there a little bit longer. But it's just, in the meantime, such a beautiful, safe place for them to stay and get the care that they need. And I just love it so much. So after visiting, do you feel like the House of Hope is going to be able to make a long-term difference in Ethiopia?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Even just like I spoke about with the police officers, the government officials are starting to get word about what is taking place there. And truly, the girls are being transformed right before our eyes. I mean, it speaks volumes with the impact that will have on the country, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I think that if House of Hope helps just one life of a child, then they've helped Ethiopia, which we know,
I
as
love
Kerri
that.
said, there were 14 girls who've been reunified, and there was a mural of a tree, a painted mural on the wall. And when the girls leave before they leave to be reunited with their families there, put their handprint on the tree, on the branches. And I love that as a visual because I just think it shows the long-term difference that House of Hope will make in extending that hope and healing to the families, which will take root and grow. So I love the visual of the tree and the branches and how it will extend through Ethiopia. So
I love that.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I feel the same way, obviously, which is why I do the work that I do. But it's just so powerful and impactful to me to hear you guys talking about it and seeing it firsthand. It makes me all choked up. Yeah, just even whenever we get like that picture of the little of them making their little handprint, I feel that same way, Camille, where it's like, just that one life right there is going to make such an impact on an entire country, on their family, on the legacy that they create as they get older and the healing that they've encountered there and will be able to bring with them their entire life. I just think, gosh, what a beautiful model of what it's like to be loved by Jesus too, that we all matter and that we're all important. But yeah, I love that.
It's a living testimony for sure in the lives of each of them. So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Every time you guys share, I'm like, ooh, I'm going to start crying. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. So I think most importantly, when are you guys planning on going again? And how do I get an invite? Because I want to bring my daughter and she's not quite ready for the flight yet. She's like, oh, I don't know. That sounds really long. I'm like, oh, it is. But yeah, do you guys have any plans to ever go back with the girls, or do you feel like that was kind of it for the time being?
I don't think they're going to give. Yeah. I don't think they're going to give us a choice, right, Kerri?
I don't think so.
We've been talking. She's already going. She's like, "Can we go every year? Come on, Mom."
Yeah,
I mean, get it together, Mom.
Yeah.
Well, next time, if they don't mind a younger girl coming with them, I mean, next year she'll be 11, so come on, it's pretty close.
Yes.
No, you're coming.
Yes.
You're
okay,
coming.
Good.
We're bringing you now.
You're
I'm
coming.
in. Well, I'm so like, I love you two. Both of you are so incredible. Thank you for taking your girls back. It's so important, I think, as we can to get our kids home to their home where they were born and do whatever we can for that connection for them. And I first of all, just appreciate you guys doing that and taking that seriously. And also, I just think the world of both of you. I appreciate you sharing and coming on here. I know sometimes it can be nerve-wracking, and I just love hearing all the stories. So thank you guys both, like seriously, so much.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Thank
it was a joy
you.
To share. Yeah.
It was. It's our favorite topic, so it's
yes.
Mine too.
We could keep talking all day.
Yes.
We might after this.
Okay.
Thanks, Marissa.
Thanks for listening to Together by AGCI. That was Kerri Dawson and Camille Bendick sharing about their recent experience at the AGCI Tebow Foundation House of Hope in Ethiopia. For more information on how to support the work we're doing at AGCI, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can visit our website at allgodschildren.org. If you like what you heard today, please share our podcast. You can also go on and rate and review us wherever you listen to your podcasts. Follow us on social media at All God's Children International. Thanks so much for listening.